Hello, in this video, I'm going to talk about the steps for updating the firmware or the ROM of the system. This one here is the LG G2, which was released around August 2013. As of now, there's no need to mention it's been updated for a long time. However, the hardware overall is still usable. It's just that the system itself might be a bit old. The official ROM that can be updated to the highest version from the manufacturer only supports up to Android. Version 5.02, which is Android Lollipop. For those who have previously updated using the official ROM, this is the version you would have reached, and that's where it ends. But today, I'm going to show you the steps to update the ROM from version 5, Lollipop, to Android version 11, which is almost the latest, because as of now, the very latest is Android 12. Android 12 is still in beta. As for Android 11, for the hardware of this LG G2, from my testing, it still performs quite well. However, some applications may use a lot of system resources, which could make the device not as fast and snappy as current smartphones. But updating the system would definitely improve the overall performance. Now, let's take a look at the steps. How do you do it? To start, we'll take a USB cable, specifically a micro USB, and plug this end into the computer. Then take the other end and plug it into the device. Just like this. Now the device has powered on and is working as usual. Next, you need to enter developer mode. First, go to the menu. Go to the settings menu, then to About Phone. Select the software information section. Here, tap on the build number. Keep tapping it until it shows that you are now a developer. Then press back to return. Once you go back, you'll see a menu called Developer Options. Tap to enter it. Now, this will enable the developer functions. Next, look for the debugging section, specifically USB debugging. Tick to enable it. Alright. After enabling this, let's look at the computer screen. On the computer, I have prepared the necessary files. I'll provide a download link below this video. There will be the ADB tool, and we need to root the device first, then unlock it. To access the system, we will install TWRP onto the device. After we've installed TWRP, the next step is to install the ROM we want. In this case, I'll be installing Lineage 18.1, which is an unofficial operating system. This will install Android version 11. As for the rest, as an option, we can also install GApps, which means all the Google services like Google Store and things like that. You can choose whether or not to install it, but if you don't, you won't have access to the Play Store. In case you prefer to download APK files separately, then you might not need to install this. But from my own testing, installing GApps still allows the device to run quite well. There's no noticeable lag or slowdown. If there's any lag or slowness, it would probably be due to the device specs or the specific apps you choose to use later on. Alright, let's get started. To begin, navigate to the ADB folder and then proceed to double-click on it in order to open it. Once you have successfully entered the folder, press and hold down the Shift key on your keyboard. Following this, right-click on the empty area within the folder. After completing these steps, carefully select the option Open PowerShell window here from the context menu that appears. Select it precisely like this. After you have carefully selected it, proceed to type the command CMA and then press the Enter key. Now, you will find yourself in the command input section, specifically designated for ADB operations. Alright, let me bring the screen up again. Okay, just like this. Right now, the device screen might be off, but that's not a significant problem. I'm just turning it on to show you that we are about to enter a specific command to thoroughly check whether at this precise moment, our computer system can successfully detect and recognize our mobile phone yet. So to begin, start with the command ADB devices. This command will help us verify the connection. Like these, then press Enter. Alright, now please pay close attention to your mobile phone screen. A window similar to this one will prominently pop up specifically asking for your explicit permission to connect. At that point, you can simply tap OK to proceed. Like this, then go back to the ADB command screen. As before, use the command ADB devices, then press enter. Now you will see that the line with the device name, you'll see the device code LGD802, followed by its unique code, and then the word device. Earlier, it showed offline, meaning it hadn't been detected yet. Now it's been detected successfully. After it's detected, at this step, go back to the ADB folder again. Click on the word one-click root or recovery. Just double-click it. Like this. And then we wait at this step. At this step, it will root the device first, and then it will install TWRP, which stands for TeamWin Recovery Project. Now, it will reboot the device. So we just wait for now. At this step, we just wait. It doesn't take long. This whole process should take no more than about 10 minutes. Okay, now, it's currently rebooting now. On our computer screen, it will clearly display rebooting into download mode. Just keep a close eye on your phone screen. Okay? It should look like this now. When it looks like this, it means we're in download mode. Just let it do its thing for now. At this step, sometimes there might be some minor hiccups, but it's okay if you get past this part smoothly. That's good. Now we just wait. If you see a symbol where my mouse is pointing and a lot of text appears like this, at this step, when you reach the line that says please press Ctrl C and then enter to reboot, what you need to do is press the Ctrl key and the C key on your keyboard. Then respond by pressing N once, followed by enter. At this point, the system will reboot the device once again. In this step, it will command the device to boot up and enter TWRP mode. Now we just wait, okay? At this stage, it will display here team win recovery project. We've entered it now, see? Okay, after booting up, you arrive at the team win recovery project screen. Next, let's look at the computer screen. On the computer screen, you'll see in this PC section or in my computer, you'll see something called internal storage showing up like this. Now copy the file. For this particular session, we will need to copy all of the necessary files that we are going to be using at this time. So let's start by putting in the latest version of TWRP first. Just drag it in. And then for the system file, which is Lineage 18.1, drag that in as well. The file is quite a bit large, so please kindly wait for a moment. Next, we are going to proceed with updating the TWRP recovery on our device. And after we've updated TWRP to version 3.31, we'll proceed to install Lineage 18.1. Okay, now that we've finished copying it over, you don't need to pay attention to the computer screen anymore. We'll continue on the phone screen now. Here we go. On the phone screen, unlock the screen first. Okay. To start, you need to wipe the data first. Like this. Then select all options except for internal storage. Once that's done, go back to the main menu and select Install. Then scroll through and you'll see the files that we've copied into the phone's internal storage. In this case, select TWRP 3.3.1 first. We're going to install TWRP first. Make sure it's the latest version, and then wait. Okay, it's all set up now. Now let's go back to our computer screen. Use the command in ADB. Just a moment ago, please come back to the PowerShell window. Now let's proceed with the next step. Next, we'll use the command to boot. Just type ADB, then type recovery like this, and press enter. There you go. Now, your mobile phone will reboot once again, but this time it will reboot into the TWRP recovery mode, which is the new version. At this point, it will enter recovery mode. You'll notice that the TWRP screen looks different now because it's the new version, like this. Next, we're going to select the ROM file that we want to update, the one we just copied into the internal storage. So select Install. Scroll down and then choose Lineage 18.1. This one right here. Swipe to confirm the installation. Like this. At this step, just wait. It should realistically take no more than about 10 minutes to complete. Just please keep patiently waiting. And throughout all these steps, don't forget to charge your battery. Make sure it's fully charged from the start. Or at the very least, it should have around 70 to 80% charge. Like this. Swipe out to check, like this. This part is done. Here, take note of the text written in this corner. It says successful. It's all finished now, okay? Let's go ahead and reboot the system. Okay, let's read this part a little before we continue. Here, it's asking whether you want to install the TWRP application. This isn't necessary, so you can just skip it and move on to the next step. Tap it. And then wait. Let's see how it boots up. Okay, right now it's booting into Lineage 18.1, which is LineageOS. This is the unofficial version, and it will be Android version 11. At this stage, all you have to do is wait. Wait for it to boot up and optimize the applications completely. Then we will be able to access the Android 11 system on the LG G2 smartphone. Okay, here it is. It's up now. You can unplug the cable at this point. Now it's up, and this is the setup screen for us to proceed with the setup. Let's take a look. There's Thai language available. Just keep scrolling down and you'll see Thai language as an option. But it's really up to your preference. Just choose whichever language you're comfortable with. For now, I'll select English. It's this one right here. As for Wi-Fi, we can set that up later. It doesn't have to be done right now. I haven't inserted the SIM card yet. So here we are. Just tap to select the script or keep pressing next. All of these can actually be set up later. Here we go. Starting up, this is the first screen logging in. This is Lineage 18.1, which is an Android version. Let's take a look. Go into settings, let's take a look. It's actually Android version 11. Indeed, here it is, right here. Here. Here it is, Android version 11. Now what's left is just installing things like the Google Play Store. As for the applications overall, right now, there isn't really anything yet because I haven't connected to Wi-Fi. And also, the screen looks a bit empty. Now, let me adjust the screen before I continue my explanation. The screen looks a little too yellow right now. At first, I thought it was a hardware issue, but it turns out it's actually about the setup, the color tone setup, to be precise. Here, we can choose, right? For this one, I'll turn it off, set it to off, okay? So the screen will be white, but if the screen appears yellowish like earlier, it might actually be easy on the eyes. It really depends on your personal preference. So you can try setting it up however you like. Okay, earlier I was talking about setting up the Google Play Store. The process is that we'll install it through TWRP as usual. Plug the cable back in. Next, we will need to proceed into the devices settings. After that, carefully select the About section, which contains important information. Enable developer mode, then press back. Go back and select System, then Advanced. Here you'll see the developer options menu. Make sure this is turned on. Look for the line that says USB debugging and turn it on. Okay, just like what we did earlier. When it was the Android operating system version 5, the answer to this particular query was precisely the same. Subsequently, we then allow the device to connect via a universal serial bus USB port so that it can be effectively debugged and thoroughly examined. Next, copy the file. For the GF version 11, this .zip file, we will copy it into the device's internal storage. On our smartphone, slide down the top bar. Look for the section labeled USB preference. Here, select File Transfer so that you can connect to your internal storage. On your computer screen, it will change, and the internal storage folder will appear. Now we'll copy the gap profile by dragging and dropping it in, just like this. Next, we'll boot into TWRP and install the Google service. There we go, it's copied now. After the copy is complete, you must not close this folder. After the copy is finished, return to the PowerShell window once again. Then we will proceed to issue the crucial reboot command, which is ADB reboot recovery. After typing this, please remember to press the Enter key. The smartphone will then reboot itself into TWRP recovery once again. Here we are. After entering the TWRP screen, just like before, tap on Install. Then scroll through the list. You'll see the file gaps11. This is the file we copied over. Tap to select it, then confirm to flash and install it. Now, just wait for this process to finish. Okay, it's done. Now go ahead and reboot the system. Just like before, it'll ask you something here. Don't do anything until you've read and understood it. Here, it's asking if you want to install the TWRP application. We don't need it, so select Do Not Install. And now, just wait. Wait for it to boot up. Now, it's going to boot into the section of version 18 OS, which is based on Android 11. Okay, it's all set. We've successfully entered the system. All right, let's take a look. Here, once we go into the application section, you'll see that the Play Store is now showing up. But I haven't connected to Wi-Fi yet, so it will probably prompt me to connect to Wi-Fi first. So if we were to press the sign in button, we would first need to establish a connection to a stable Wi-Fi network. Following that, we would then be able to gain full access to the Google Play Store, allowing us to conveniently install any desired applications that we might want. And once installed, they would be immediately ready for use. To summarize the entire process, flashing the firmware or the custom ROM for the LG G2 device today proceeded very smoothly and was ultimately successful in its completion. We can also update the system from its current Android version 5.02, which is widely known as Android Lollipop, a significant and popular release in the history of the Android operating system, to a much higher and more contemporary version, almost reaching the absolute highest it can possibly go, which is Android 11, a more recent and feature-rich iteration of the Android platform. It went smoothly. If anyone has any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If I can help answer, I'll drop by and reply. But let me mention this. For those who are unsure or not confident about doing a flat LOM in this style, try to watch the video until you fully understand it first. Don't just do it while watching along. Make sure you understand before you start. And also try to copy the files correctly and follow each step properly. I believe everyone can do it. But if anyone runs into any problems, the main issues are usually the device hanging or getting bricked. I'll cover the steps to fix those problems in another video in the future. That's all for this video. Thank you very much.